Good day, everybody. It's Matthew from Captive Audience Comics here. It is June 3rd, a Monday. So in 2 days, we have new comic book day. So as usual, we're going to go over comics that either are considered key issues coming out this week, comics that we think are just, maybe have a cool cover, something you might want to add to your pull list this week. We'll let you know if it's something that we think actually should be key or not. Because a lot of times these books get listed as key issues online, but obviously they aren't. And hopefully we can guide you to some new stuff to check out. So let's go and take a look here. So first on our list of comics coming out this week, which we think are good to pick up, the What If Aliens series. Now, if you don't have the rest of this series, obviously there's no point in getting in number 4. But this has been a very cool run in the What If series. Basically, around what if the I forget the character's name, but the bad guy had survived and didn't die right away at the beginning. How would it all play out? It's very cool. Sort of splits off from the original storyline, and I don't think I think it's 5 or 6 issues long. So it's got to be coming near the end. Pardon me, pretty soon. Next, okay, Amazing Spider-Man number 51. This one is part 1 of a 2-issue story arc that will introduce a new goblin. Depending on who it is, could be key or might not be. But you never know how long a new goblin is going to be in the storyline. So, it's a no-brainer. You get it for cover price. I don't think there's any reason to buy any of the ratio variants, but that's always a good one to have first appearances in the Spider-Man run. So Blood Hunters, Blood Hunters number 2. Again, this is the introduction of a new character, first appearance of Dante. Now, is Dante going to be integral outside of this arc? Probably not. We're actually not really picking up any of these spin-offs. We're just picking up Blood Hunt, the main run. We'll probably pass on this one personally, but it is a key issue. So if you like to collect all first appearances, you're gonna wanna pick that one up. Okay. So Kanto, A Place Like Home. This is not a key issue. This is just Kanto is one of my personal favorite story arcs. If you're looking for a good solid story with great art, character investment, then the whole Kanto run is phenomenal. And this is just the next issue in the series. So definitely you should be checking that one out if you haven't. Now, Carnage, number 8. Now, this is interesting because this is not a first appearance in the traditional sense, of a, first character or a new team or something like that. This is the introduction of a new weapon that's fatal against symbiotes. I've never seen weapons classified as first appearances in comics, so I actually don't really think this is a key appearance. It's more of a plot line development tool. As the symbiotes become aware of the weapons that have been developed by humans to fight against them, they've figured out ways around them. So now obviously humans have to develop new weapons. I'm actually not a fan of most Carnage covers. I find most Carnage covers are too Carnageized. They're too crazy. I actually like this cover. It's subdued but still eerie and fearsome. So if you're a Carnage collector, then obviously pick this one up. We probably won't. It's not really a key issue, but it is a nice cover. So, Cult of the Lamb. Now, this was an interesting one. I wasn't really up on this particular comic or video game. So this is a limited series inspired by the video game of the same name. Now, apparently this explores the backstory of the lamb. I guess maybe in the computer game there is no backstory, and this is giving you the backstory on that character. Apparently it was very popular. So sometimes the video games transition really well into comic book format. It looks like it's a good style of art. I really can't say one way or the other, but I guess if you're a fan of video game crossovers, then you're going to want to make sure you pick this one up. So, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. So this is kind of interesting, more so because of the storyline than anything else. And I think we're going to pick up number 1 to see where it's going. So, destined lovers, a gunslinger and a samurai. This is a terrible sentence. A gunslinger and a samurai future lovers are mortally wounded a world apart and awake together in a purgatory. So I assume they don't exist in the same timeline, but they both die at the end of purgatory together. They're destined to be together again. And this purgatory is ruled by a ruthless society of damned warriors. And I'm guessing because they're a gunslinger and a samurai, there will be, lots of fighting in purgatory. It is, there's potential here for a good storyline. It's hard to tell from the cover art what the interior art is going to be like. I think it's worth picking up on number 1 and just seeing how it shakes out. So, What If Venom? Now, we're collecting the What If Venom run, so we were getting this one anyways, but I just really like this cover. It's hard to get interesting Venom covers now. There's so many. I really like this this cover because when you first look at it, you see the big mask, right? The whole cover is the face of Venom, and then you look at it, and you're like, oh no, it's like Moon Knight, it's with the big white cloak behind him and the symbiote crossover character in the middle. So that it's very, I think it's just a very cool cover. It's a great storyline as well. That whole What If Venom mini run we've been getting as well. So something that I think you should pick up even just for the cover alone, which is super cool. So Scarlet, number 1. So this is one that is this is a new addition to the Energon universe. Okay. There are some, big ratios and whatever. I mean, obviously, we never recommend high ratio covers as an investment point of view. Vast majority of them are way overpriced. They always tank in the aftermarket. There's very few examples of high ratio variants ever holding their value long term. So I think if you buy it because you just like the cover, great. If you're buying it because you think you're going to make money off of it, if you can flip it quick, good for you, because otherwise you're going to lose money almost every time. So if you're interested in this, sort of a new arc in the G.I. Joe universe, then just pick up the A cover, right? Get it at a cover price, great. Takes off, fantastic. If not, it doesn't really matter. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Alpha. So apparently in this book, they are introducing a new spider-based villain, okay? And now, there is a ratio character design cover, and normally I would recommend getting the character design covers, because they're normally only 1 in 10s. You can usually get them for like an extra $1. Sometimes they give you the first cover appearance of that character, as well as obviously the first appearance in the comic book. But for whatever reason, and I guess because they want you to spend a lot of money, they've made the character design ratio variant for this one a 1 in 25, which in my opinion is not worth it. I'm not paying $25 for the design variant. So, but we will get the number 1 because it's a Turtles and it's a new villain and there's a whole new Turtles team coming out and it's a whole new renaissance for Turtles right now. So we'll definitely pick up the A cover price. Then we're good either way. Now, Ultimates was a recommendation based on it being the new team. Personally, none of these are new characters. Yeah, it's a new team, but there's no new characters in here. There isn't even anything exciting about the storyline. But if you collect those things, first team appearances, then you'll want to pick that one up. Now, Profane. This is a new title by Boom, and Boom has been pretty on fire with their stuff. They tend to make everything sort of like a miniseries, 6 to 12 issues, self-contained storylines, a nice start, middle, finish. everything closes up nicely. They aren't trying to extend runs artificially because, Marvel's famous for this. Like, oh, a story was due to end, it's really popular. Well, we'll just tack on some stupid, weird plot twist to drag it out so we can suck more money out of people. Boom doesn't operate that way. Self-contained storyline. I have heard nothing else about this title. I've heard no scuttlebutt online of people saying, hey, this is going to be awesome. So Boom has a history of producing good titles, especially in this sort of, I don't know, this sort of style of imagery. So it might be something that you want to take a look at. So in summary, for recommendations, extra stuff that we're going to pick up this week, we're going to grab the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Alpha #1, the What If Venom, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, Kanto, A Place Like Home, Amazing Spider-Man, and the What If Aliens. That's what we're going to pick up extra, but there are some extra issues in there for you guys to consider that you might want to pick up. So hopefully you guys are going to get some great issues this week. We're starting to see a little more mix in what's coming out. The last few weeks have been a little lean on sort of varied content, but that looks like it's changing as we roll into the summertime. So hope you guys are having a great night, and we'll see you in the next one.